Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to continue talking about the ACS, the Advanced Control System, which is a vehicle control system in a lot of cars in Second Life. My previous video was about basically city cars, street cars, where you needed a lot more control and a lot of things on the menus you didn't ever need to change, not for a simple driving around town kind of thing. But in this video I'm going to discuss the controls, settings for each thing, and try to explain what each does in a basic term. So here, let's go ahead and open up our menu. And there's the main menu. And to get to the controls, you would hit Option. And to get down to the next options, it will give you the controls menu. There's gears, reset gears, reverse, brake, skid, reset all, banking, turbo, back. And that would take it back to the other previous page. Steering and gravity. Let's do steering first. Now bonus you won't see on every car. It depends on which version of the operating system it has, the version 6 plus or below, or version 7 and up, and it may or may not have this depending on the creator. Now, bonus adds extra precision or flair to steering for advanced customization. Steer plus or minus adjusts the sensitivity of steering for tighter or broader turn. The ones with the double plus or the double minus doubles the addition or subtraction. Shift slide balances gear shifts with steering for smoother transition. Now go to the More menu, and Velmult is velocity multiplier. It alters the steering responsiveness based on speed. Higher values increase sharpness. Camber controls tire angle for performance or enhancement, or for visual aesthetics, how the wheels react. If you notice you might notice on some cars, the wheels are very active when you're turning or moving around, turning or doing whatever, and this can help adjust that. Not all menus will have this. Resist adjusts how stiff steering feels during operation. Drift enables or adjusts drifting dynamics for racing or sharp cornering. And Power Slide enhances sliding during high-speed maneuvers. Well, let's move on from here, from steering to braking. Brake, plus or minus, modifies how strongly the brakes respond. Higher values and sharper stops. Decay, plus or minus, controls how braking force dissipates over time for a smoother halt or abrupt stop. Inertia adjusts how braking interacts with momentum, affecting how natural the stop feels. And let's move on to gravity. Now, V-attract is vertical attraction, affects how the vehicle interacts with slopes or airborne behavior. Gravity plus or minus adjusts the weight simulation of the vehicle. Lighter vehicles are more agile but harder to control on slopes. Downforce tweaks aerodynamic settings for stability during high speeds or cornering. Let's move on to banking. Zero bank resets banking adjustments, reverting to default tilt behavior. And banking plus minus tweaks how the vehicle tilts or leans during sharp turns. Let's move over to turbo. Turbo plus minus adjusts the intensity of turbo boosts for acceleration. Wheel up plus minus modifies wheel dynamics during acceleration, useful for stunts or wheelie-like effects. And the down adjusts wheel behavior during deceleration, ensuring smoother handling. Move on to reverse. Reverse minus plus adjusts reverse speed limits, enabling smoother or backward movements. Reverse style, that's how reverse operates, whether it's smooth, abrupt, or tied to specific physics behavior. And let's move on to skid. Burn time sets how long tire burnout effects last until after a skid. Tire burnout effects after the skid. NOS activates or tweaks nitrous oxide settings for quick speed boosts. And not all of cars are going to have that capability. Skid time adjusts the duration of skid dynamics during hard turns. Skid power controls the intensity of skid effects, from mild to dramatic drifting. And gears, you can add or remove different gears. Gear 1, 2, 3, 4. Some cars will have only 5 or 6. Some will have more. But the number there, if you look in this example, the 15 to 35, don't directly correspond to the speed. And if you, exactly, not to miles per hour. Instead, they represent the relative power or torque applied to the vehicle in each gear. Higher numbers typically mean the vehicle can achieve greater speeds in that gear, but the actual speed depends on other factors like the vehicle's physics settings, gravity, steering adjustments, and etc. So if you have the ACS HUD and it has a speedometer, it's not going to probably not show you exactly what the speed you're going is. You would need some outside agent program or something like a racetrack to determine that. And you would make some tweaks that will change and how to the other settings, it will change how fast or slow you're going. And of course, if you're having problems in a Sims, you cross into is not fully functional or something, it can slow you down. So let's remember that. But really, the greatest thing you can do here for yourself is set your first gear to a lower number and work yourself up through gear changes to faster and faster speeds. And that way you can slow down good enough and not have to stop if you run into any issues. Now I want to go back to reverse style. Motorcycles often have a unique reverse style, if they even have reverse at all, so this setting might not apply or be useful for cars. Now for motorcycle race car settings, a skid menu, the burn time, more relevant to motorcycles and race cars, emphasizing dramatic tire burnout effects. NOS, nitrous, is commonly utilized in race cars for quick bursts of speed, not typical for casual driving cars. Skid time and skid power, these enhance drifting and skidding, making them more applicable motorcycles or performance vehicles like race cars, or if you just like to drift. But there are other settings you can do to make that work for you. The turbo menu. Wheel up and wheel down. Specifically tailored for motorcycles, as they often involve wheelies or unique wheel behavior during acceleration or braking. Not necessary for cars except for stunts or race-specific setups. In the banking menu, you've got Zero Bank and Bank Plus. Banking, tilting, is heavily tied to motorcycle dynamics, especially during sharp turns. For car, this is rare and usually reserved for race cars that simulate extreme cornering physics. Under the steering menu, drift, more significant for race cars or motorcycles that rely on drifting for style or performance. And I tend to do that when I'm on a racetrack, but not when I'm driving around town. Power slide, often used in high-speed vehicles like race cars for controlled slides. It's not crucial for standard cars. And the bonus and shifts slide, typically adjusted for motorcycle or race cars to enhance advanced handling features. The brake menu is useful for any vehicle type as it directly impacts stopping behavior. Gravity menu, applicable for all vehicles, though tweaking downforce and gravity might be more noticeable in race cars or motorcycles. And under the steering menu, the steer and velocity multiplier essential for all, but motorcycles or race cars may require finer tuning for high-speed maneuverability. So by distinguishing these options, you can tailor your car even further and, give you the flexibility and focus on the settings that matter most to your preferred driving style or your vehicle. That's all there is to it, really. But what is ACS? I say it's the Advanced Control System, but it's a vehicle operating system, too. And it's sold by a creator. And it's still available on the Second Life Marketplace. Karen's ACS Vehicle Operating System, the Advanced Control System. It's the one-of-a-kind best-selling professional script system for cars, boats, motorcycles, and more. Been around a long time. It's in the version 6 series is the full release, and anything that says 7 and above, that's in the beta stages, but it's already out there and being perfected and has been perfected for quite some time. So, if you're in the market for it, to buy it, to put in your own vehicles that you're creating, get Karen's ACS system off the marketplace. If you're an end user, just stick around and use the menus and drive the car like I do, because I'm not building a car myself, even though at times I have been sort of curious if I could manage it, but I'd end up crashing through the side of the sim and probably off the grid. In any case, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you again at another time.